Guess what showed up this morning? You got it. The 80 volts Onyx RCR finally makes its grand entrance into North Carolina. I mean, the FedEx guy that came in, he treated the box like it was, you know, so precious, and I was grateful for that. But the Onyx 80 volt, it arrived. The box is in perfect condition. No damage, physical damage on the box anywhere other than this little rip tab here. I'm about to get it in now because it is freezing cold out here, and I have very little sun. Stay tuned, guys. I'll be doing a little unboxing and talking about my experience with buying the Onyx RCR 80 volt edition, as well as some other things, and I'll holla. Okay, don't laugh at me. This is not gonna be pretty, but I'm gonna get it in here. Big boy beast mode. Woo! That was a little bit of work, but guess what? I got it in here. Woo! So, the journey begins. Everything out of the box looks fantastic. Everything out of the box looks fantastic. Nice thick rotor here. Everything looks wonderful. Everything looks absolutely wonderful. You guys probably saw the first photo I snapped with my A-Step electric skateboard in front of the box, with the eggs that I collected from a chicken coop. Realized hyper scooters will always be my first love, but I had an accident on my E-Move Roadster, which is my baby right here. And in the accident, one of my tires, I was making a turn, one of my tires slightly crossed over the white line, and it was early in the morning, and I had that North Carolina morning dew on the, that was out. So the ground was a little wet, and that tire slipped off the road almost. And so I corrected. And when I corrected, I went to the opposite side of the road where I was about to go into a side ditch. And the side ditch, it was filled with water. I don't know how deep it was. And I was like terrified of destroying my scooter. And so I did the most foolish thing that I could do, and that's try to save my scooter instead of myself. And so I held on tight because I knew I was going to go down. I held the right side of my steering column tight because I knew I was going down. But in holding it tight, the back end spin around, and it threw me off, and I face planted while holding onto the scooter, and also my rotator cuff in the front right here on my arm, it slightly started popping out. It didn't come all the way out, but it slightly started popping out. And so I fell to the ground. One good thing, I did save my scooter from going down into that deep side ditch that was filled with mud and water. and it just landed beside the road, right beside me, but I face planted, and I also almost took my shoulder completely out of socket, and also in the process, I was wearing my Rural Rock Track Series helmet with a gold shield on it, right there in the middle, and and the shield, it cracked right down the middle, perfectly down the middle, and when I face planted, my mouth hit the inside of the helmet, and it busted my lip. It busted my lip pretty good. My wife thought it needed stitches, but I said no, I'm not going to no hospital, and I didn't go to the hospital for my shoulder or for my lip. I have a lot of medical supplies here at my home. I literally have my own insurance plan that I saved up for myself for any injuries or health things that I need. I'm a very supplemental type of person when it comes to my health, and I do everything I can to stay away from all pharmaceutical medicines and use alternatives. And so I had to go to my medicine chest, and I had to, do the work on myself. I already had things I already had my sling. I already had everything I needed to doctor on myself. And worst case scenario, if the shoulder wasn't responding to, the fact that I had to literally get up off the ground, take my left hand, pull it until I felt it pop, and I did that with my mouth busted open and bleeding on the inside of my helmet. And then I took my helmet off. There were a few people that were passing by that stopped to ask me if I was all right. But that accident, man, it took me out for a whole month and a half from riding. And then when I finally got back on the roadster again, I got on the roadster to revisit the spot where I had wrecked, just to look at everything so I could talk about it and understand how it happened. And I noticed that when I got on the roadster, there was a fear there. And I'm a lion of a man. I don't, fear don't fear don't hit me like it hit most people, because I've been in some dark places and some hard times, and I fought my way out of them. But that scared me pretty good. And I had this fear in me while I was riding my hyper scooter, a fear that I never had before. And so that made me realize that, hey, John, you're getting too old to be falling around like that. It's time for you to do something a little different. So let me stop talking and get to the unboxing. All right. Okay, let's see what's in the goodie bag. In this box, we have the display. We have the pedals, brackets, and all the tubes. We got some grease for the wheels. Let's see the shaft here. And I presume that this is Loctite red. And we have a few Allen wrenches. And of course we have the pedals. But I've already got some pedals. But I will be holding on to these and the rest of my tools. And this little bag right here, we have the black plate charger. We have the charger with the connector for when the battery comes out, and I can take the battery out and charge it. And I want to look at the initial charging. Yeah, it's the charging. And then we also have the mirrors. And pull it right out. Go ahead and get the hardware off of the tire.
On this side, we have the hardware completely removable. So having a friend help lift this up, we're going to guide this in with the spacer. Just put this into the caliper, the little caliper.
All right, now I have no one to help me put it in.
A shorter spacer on the right side, and then rotate it back.
All right. So now I got to figure that part out. Since I am a one-man show here, I don't have anyone to help me out. I'm going to have to do something creative to get the front wheel on. But first, I need to get her off this stand. And oh, thank you, Jesus. I had to get it on by myself, but what a job. This is my first lift test, and I can lift it just fine. She got a little top heaviness on her. All right. After that wheel almost kicked my butt getting it on by myself, I am now down to the display, and just like I did with my Onyx RCR, I got me some Archlight pedals. Those will be my pedals that I will put on here. And we'll get to the pedals next. And then I also got a black shield that I will be putting on the RCR as well.
The boot into the slot, just like that. Just kind of push it in there, and then makes it nice and water resistant. And then you want to take the USB port and put it through the top of the hole right here, and then feed it.
Take this, I'm gonna fish it down in there, like so. All right, got all my screws here. Alrighty. Nice and straight, and the grease helped out a lot.
As you increase its speed, each one of these little marks indicates 1 mile per hour. So this
Oh yeah. Now she's final.
To your left and right.
There it is. So I had to kind of like hold that power button down. And now I'll figure out the rest. But I'm noticing that my light seems like